Monday night. We're going to come out here and listen to the washer for a little bit, I guess. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. Got some Monday night football on, you know. I would suggest if you're rewatching, just go ahead and jump forward to 3 or 4 minutes in. We'll get going somewhere around there. Monday Night Football's on. Seattle's whooping that ass. Didn't really expect much different. Kind of hoping Seattle to take an L tonight, help us in the division. But we got Houston next week, so... Anyways, welcome in. What's up, Ethan? You watching the game, bro? I got it on in the living room. I'm outside having a cigarette right now, so I'll be back in there watching in a minute. Was hoping Seattle was going to take an L tonight. Not looking that way right now. Houston don't look good at all. It's too bad because I like DeMeco Ryan. He used to be our defensive coordinator. I think he's a good dude. But, yeah, they're struggling. Yeah, that was a good win. That our defense really stood up in that one. I was really, really happy with that. You know. People weren't giving us a whole lot of chance in that with all the injuries, but all of a sudden people are talking about the Niners a little different. Good Morning Football, they were praising the hell out of our boys, so I was happy with that. So, my nose sounds like going through hell. My nose? I think it's the washing. You hear the washer in the background going. I think that's what's going on there. So, got some stuff I want to talk about tonight. We're going to watch a little football as well. Right now we are at 2,990 subs. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Let's get to 3K tonight, huh? Yeah, I am. I'm chronic stuff he knows, all the too much drug activity with the nose, I guess you would say, has me messed up, you know. But I want to talk a little bit about, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this tonight, but I did that video on Rascal in his passing, and I'm getting a lot of comments you know, that are saying that I'm clout chasing by talking about him. I did watch his videos. I knew who he was. You know, if you watch the whole video, I said that, you know, I didn't know him personally or any of that kind of stuff. But as far as clout chasing, no. Like, I wanted to bring light to mental health issues with that video. Lions look really good. Like, I actually went and took care of some business in the second half of that game because it looked like the Lions were well in control of that. But as far as Josh and the Homie Hangout goes, I seen on another page there's a GoFundMe up to help his family. So, you know, if you followed his channel or you knew who he was, or even if you didn't know who he was and you want to support the family, go to the Homie Hangout page. There should be a link there. And, you know, if you can donate $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 or whatever, you know, I would greatly appreciate that because, you know, his wife or old lady or whatever you want. Like I said, I didn't know the guy that well. I just knew what I seen on his videos, but they're going to need a lot of support, you know? So, yeah, if you could go donate to that, that would be awesome. So, uh, now we'll move on from that topic. Uh, what's up, Scarub? I hope you're doing well tonight, brother. Thank you for the comment. Um, so, you know, I want, you know, it was that situation was unfortunate, but like I said, I'm going to move on from that. Yeah, I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're well also. So we're gonna check out the game a little bit. You know, you guys know my thing is recovery from addiction and alcoholism. So if anybody has any questions about that and maybe what the first steps might look like as far as getting clean, drop them in the chat and let's talk about it. You know, if other people in the chat have dealt with addiction and recovery, then feel free to comment in as well. You know, tell people, let other people know what worked for you, maybe what didn't work for you, and you know, let's create a movement with this stuff. You know, so do me a favor and hit that like button if you are new in here, or I mean, hit that like button. If you're new in here, subscribe. We're coming up on 3,000 subs real quick. So yeah, I'd appreciate it if you would do that as well. Scarub, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, bro. Says I quit weed after smoking my whole life and I feel myself again, and that's awesome, you know. And I think, to be honest with you, we one of the harder ones because the thing is, like back in my day, we used to smoke in regular papers. Then everybody started smoking blunts. Well, blunts got nicotine in them, similar to cigarettes. And nicotine is it's a tough one, you know. It's a real tough one to get off of. So yeah, shout out to you, bro. Congratulations on quitting it. And yeah, it's amazing, you know, the results when we start moving away from stuff that, you know, has a strangle on us. So yeah, that's great. Let's take a look at the game. I think it's almost getting that ass. I didn't want Seattle to win tonight because they're divisional rivals, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So how long you been off the weed, Scarab? Yeah, and it happens, you know, and your mind will play tricks on you with it and tell you, oh, well, I was better off when I was doing that, you know. But I think if you quit, there's a reason, right? Yeah, of course, bro. And I appreciate you sharing your story with us, you know. And hey, a couple of weeks is a couple of weeks more than you had a couple of weeks ago. You know, so that's awesome. It gets easier with time. I will tell you that much. When I first got clean off the drugs, it rough, you know. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was locked up and telling myself and my family, oh, when I get out, I'm gonna do right and this, that, and the other. And then I get out, and 5 minutes later, somebody puts a line in front of me, and I do it. You know, I mean, like it's rough. It's breaking old habits, really. You know. I'm running my mouth about. No, you're good, Biggie. You did a fantastic job last night, and shout out to our super moderator Ezekiel. Shout out to you, brother. So we're coming back in. We're gonna see what's going on with this game, and yeah, just kind of chilling on a Monday night, you know. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing good. But you know, life happens, right? Life is happening. Life is always happening, and it's you know, doing the right thing because it's the right thing, because eventually everything catches up with you, you know, and you know, it is it is what it is, I guess. But so we got the game on here. It's coming up on halftime. Uh, I'm, as most of you know, I'm a 49er fan. I don't have any surrogate teams or anything, but there are people like I like the Texans coach, D'Amico Ryan. He used to be our defensive coordinator. Really like that guy. So there's D'Amico Ryan on screen right now. You know, why haven't you joined the army to help defend our country? Says Clay Gerber. How do you know I didn't join the army earlier in life, Clay? Hmm. How do you know I'm not retired military, Clay? Hmm. How do you know? Did you join the army to defend our country, Clay? Sir, yes, sir. I like that. I'll tell you a story on that. My father was a Marine Corps, and when I was in high school, I wanted to join the Marines. Um, you know, I was running around in the streets, and Clay's all right. Don't worry about it, Biggie. Um, you know, I wanted to join the Marine Corps, and my dad did not want me to. So instead, I became a street person, I guess you would say. Not homeless, like, let me be clear on that, but not that they're, you know, like I'm not saying being derogatory towards homeless people. I'm saying I was running the streets, I was selling drugs, doing, you know, hustling, anything that made a dollar, I had my hand in. And, you know, that became my life over the next, you know, I could have, you know, and I'm not, you know, I think my dad did what he thought was best for me, but who knows how my life would have turned out had I gone that way, you know? And thank you. I appreciate that comment. Um, you know, but, you know, I basically, the next 20 years of my life was all shit. You know, overall, like I was running around, I thought life was a party, and uh, doing what I wanted to do, running around with those pew pews and that sort of stuff. Just leave it up there for right now. I'll go through it. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, guys, hit the like button. Uh, that really helps with the algorithm and getting the message out. Who you guys got tonight, Seattle or Houston? I think it's, most people are probably going to say Seattle because Seattle's getting that ass right now, but you know, it is what it is. Personally, I'm not a fan of either team. Seattle is a divisional rival, and you know.
Do you want it with Alfredo at the bottom, or do you want just the chicken tenders?
However, just put it however. I can mix it up once it's made. I want both though. I didn't even know you went to high school. Do you have any high school stories, or were you not that in high school long enough to have any good stories? What's up, Vic? JC? What's up, brother? So, high school stories. I wasn't in high school very long. I was in the 10th grade when I dropped out, and uh, so first day of high school. Let me give you this one. First day of high school, right? And I've told this story before in a video, but my first day of high school, San Bernardino High School in San Bernardino, California. coming out of junior high. What's up, Dixon? How you doing? Uh, so first day of high school, we're all kind of standing around in the quad area. Uh, I'm thinking it was lunchtime, right? But at the beginning of the day, there was a kid. Shit, I can't remember what his name was. It was like Steve or something. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, Giza. Nice. Okay, so there's this kid. We'll call him Steve. I don't remember his name, but okay. So regular white boy in junior high. He was a friend of me and my friends. He comes to the first day of high school. He's like all skin-headed out, right? Shaved head. He's got the suspenders and the Doc Martens and all that stuff. And you know, I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And like he looked at me like I was scum because I hung with other races, predominantly Hispanic. You know what I mean? But so lunchtime comes around. We're all in the quad. We're all hanging out. And the skinheads and the blacks get off. I mean, full-blown riot. First day of school in the quad. We got we got city cops there, not to mention school security, like full-on lockdown. Like it was pretty wild. That's my first day of high school. And I'm like, wow, how quickly things change, you know? But, you know, but yeah, that was the first day of high school. Always fights. On that one, no, Vic. And, you know, me and my homies, we all stood down basically. Because, you know, like I said, dude came in, and me and my group of friends, some whites, some Hispanics, some Southsider youngsters, you know what I mean? High school kids. But like he looked at us like we were beneath them or something, you know, and to a certain extent that's a skinhead mentality. You know what I mean? But yeah, kicked it off. Like it was unfortunately one of the few times in my life when a riot kicked off and I was able to just stay out of the way, you know? It was kind of an introduction into so yeah, seeing that, and like that was like the beginning of my criminal education, I guess, if you will. And some of the homies talking about, you know, what the hell just happened on the game? Looks like the kick got blocked or something. But yeah, so that was the first day of high school. And like I said, I lasted the first year and then part of the second year. Yeah. So yeah, that was the beginning of high school. And like I couldn't stay out of my own way. Like I was ditching and doing shit like that. And you know, it didn't seem like. Okay, thank you. It just didn't seem. Shut up. What are you barking at? Oh, Hold on a minute, guys. My dogs are tripping. There ain't nobody out there. Shut up. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, there is somebody out there. Okay. My apologies, guys. I got distracted. Hold on a second. I gotta let the wife know. Hey, looks like Cora and them are out there.
Alright, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. So, no, am not. Just don't like that comment. The Ross have been bold-headed. What do you mean by that? Cylinder? No, am not. Just don't like that comment about the Raza been bold-headed. I kicked it with Raza growing up, homie. And that's what I'm saying. That's the reason we didn't jump, is because, you know, even though I'm white, I kicked it with homies. And when those fools showed up, when that fool showed up to school and looked at us like we were less than, okay, we're less than. That's cool, homie. Go on out there and handle yours, you know? I mean, I get it. You know, once you get into incarcerated situations, yeah, we do tend to ride with one another, you know? Yeah, what it felt like, Vic, was he looked at us like we were less than them. You know what I mean? Like the whole white supremacy thing. Like, oh, you're kicking it with them Hispanic fools type of thing. Like, man, nobody... At that stage of my life, nobody had ever dictated my program. You know what I mean? And, you know, yeah, when you get into incarcerated situations, yeah, that's different, though, you know? You're gonna mind somebody, you're gonna answer to somebody, you know. But yeah, in the county, absolutely. In the county, yeah, it's whole different animal, you know. But and in prison as well, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, once you're in the system, if you're not somebody, and even if you are somebody, you're still gonna you're gonna run with the program. You know, nobody's bigger than the program, and if you trust me, if you get a kite from the back and it tells you to do something you don't think is right, you're gonna do it anyways, right? Oh, what he got? No, he was talking about the Raza, Biggie. Like it was just a misunderstanding on that part. Maybe I wasn't clear enough in the way I was telling the story. So, yeah, it always cracks me up when some of these youngsters, not that I'm really out in the streets like that anymore, but you know, some of these youngsters are like, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Get locked up. Go to the joint. You know what I mean? Land on a 4-yard. Tell me how that works out. Like it's not what you think it is. And even if you become what you're striving to become, there's still rules even for them. You know? I mean, they have a lot more leeway in how those rules are you know, carried out, but no. Mistakes. I got locked up 10 times, man. Man, I hear you, bro. I think 12 felonies on record. Most of them were bullshit ones, though. Probation violation, parole violation, violator with a new beef type of thing. Like, you know, it's one of those guys. When I was younger, like, I couldn't get out of my own way. You know, I'd get in there, get clean for a little bit, start actually using my mind and not letting the drugs dictate what I thought, and you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, when you're dealing with addiction and stuff, like, it's going to take you to some places you probably don't want to be. Or in my case, where I thought I was destined to be. You know? And I'll speak on that a little bit. Honestly, growing up, I felt like like my destiny was to land on a prison yard. And when I finally got to a prison yard, I said, well, fuck, this isn't what I thought it was. All the stories the homies had told me, like we're always, the homies in your ear, like, oh yeah, homie, when you land on the yard, like we're constantly having spreads and kicking it and smashing fools. What up, Willis? How you doing, brother? And then you get there and it's like, honestly, in my time of doing time, it's either pure boredom or pure pandemonium. One of the two. You're, like for me, like I was working out twice a day, and
I actually thought you were washing and drying.
oh, that's cool. Oh, nice. Okay. So, do I know a SpongeBob? That's my dad. Not right off the top of my head. If I seen his face, I might though. Yeah, I stopped doing time. I paroled the last time in 06. Yeah, exactly. Silencer. I drink coffee all morning long in prison, and in that, that's like you're out there, you're walking laps, you're working out, and you're drinking coffee, basically, maybe playing some cards or something, or and workout too. Then when I get or you're plotting on something, or you're being plotted on. Luckily, I don't think I was ever. I don't know if 04 turned my H number, and that's awesome, brother. And I think it was 08 when I gave back my V number, bro. So yeah, I mean that's awesome. Like it just all this. It's funny how much people always have to be making or planning. Yeah, like it's all program, right? Like the only way you're gonna keep your sanity is if you have a tight program, and like that was it for me. Like get up, go to breakfast. When they open the yard, go out, get a workout. Walk some laps, do some stuff like that. Like everything is like what you're gonna do before you even do it, and like your day just passes by because you don't really have to think too much about it. I think Big E, as far as that goes, California during those times, you had a letter, and then I believe it was 5 digits behind the letter. So, like, it would be, as an example, like H54238 would be your CDCR, your CDC number at that time. I don't think it was CDCR yet, but and that's basically what you were identified as. It's almost like a driver's license number or something, but for incarcerated folks, I guess, and for people on parole as well. You have that number, and even when you parole, you still have that number. And basically what giving it back means is that you complete parole, and now that number is no longer attached to your name. You gave it back. You know what I mean? So I hope that answers your question. Vic says I did a couple of turnarounds. Yes, sir. It's a special number for each inmate, exactly. It's unique to you. No two inmates will have the same number. You might have the same letter. There's a bunch of V's when I was going in, but only one had the number that I had on the back of your... No, it wasn't on your jumpsuit. They give you a little ID card, and your number was on that ID card. Like in the county jail, you have a number too, but it's different. In San Bernardino County, it was a much longer number. Like in the county, you wear a wristband. You did a while. I did 2 years on the last one, Vic. Before that, I did a bunch of time in and out of the counties. I was on probation and on Riverside, San Bernardino, and LA counties all at the same time. So every time I'd catch a probation violation, I'd finish one, they send me to the next one. I'd finish that one, they'd send me to the next one. I'd get out and repeat, basically. No, they were never on the back of the jumpsuit for us, Big E. Uh, actually, in California, we didn't. In CDCR, we didn't wear jumpsuits. It was, pants and a shirt, kind of like I'm sure you've seen pictures of inmates. Formal probation sucked with diversion. Oh yeah, like I remember I was on Prop 36. For me, that was a joke. Yeah, and the Bruce Lee shoes, right? Definitely. Like there was no way I was going to finish. That was a drug diversion program that basically the deal they make with you with Prop 36 back then was, okay, these charges have the potential to be a felony, but if you complete our program, we'll dismiss everything, which is a great deal if you're ready to get clean, but I wasn't. So, therefore, violation after violation after violation, like I couldn't test clean. I refused to even test if I knew I wasn't clean, which I wasn't 90% of the time. So, like I think in my head, until I hit that prison yard, I'm not done. And it's kind of a sick way of looking at things, if you think about it, But like where I grew up, like I bought in. And it's not to say I drug it 5 years, damn. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Where I grew up, a lot of us were ending up in prison. Not everybody did, though. And I don't believe in necessarily being a product of my environment. It was my mindset that got me there, you know what I mean? Pass an inmate for Halloween, Bobby, and you can act like you're going to jail for stealing all of the grandkids' candy. That's funny, bro. That's funny. I'm probably going to be at work on Halloween. Vic says it was normalized. Absolutely. Like it wasn't, like there was no shame. Definitely no shame in my neighborhood about going to prison. In fact, like you got out, there was a thing about when you paroled, like people had a glow about them when they would parole. They were healthy. They had some muscles on them. All of a sudden you got like big homie status in the hood. If you were part of the neighborhood, anyways, like it, I don't know. It's the mentality, I guess, Gonna grab some candy when you get home from work. Don't lie, Bobby. I don't know. We'll see. Prison, death, gangs, drugs. Vicious cycle, right? For me, I started on the drugs. Fucking around with the homies. I was never put on the neighborhood, but I hung around and fucked around, you know what I mean? But, and then I started dealing dope. And, the first time when I caught my sales case, I thought for sure I was heading to the joint right off the top, And, they gave me a year flat, and I'm like, well, fuck. Okay, well, that's not much of a deterrent. Maybe if they would have sent me to prison the first time, maybe things would have been different. I don't know, And I'm not blaming the system by no means, They gave me plenty of chances to get it right, but Unknown says selling ice is fun. You meet some of crazies. I'll tell you what, I couldn't sell ice without being on it. I'll just say that much. I tried, but just the demeanor of most of the people that were on it Like I had to be high just to be around them folks, and that's no excuse. I was an addict. You know what I mean? Do I see a fellow Swifty? Negative. I'm more of a Coke guy. That shit was too much. Yeah, and there was Coke around back then, but the ice or the meth or the speed or whatever you want to call it, we called it speed back then, crank. And then the ice came along a little bit later, but nah, my wife ain't a Swiftie either. No Coke, Pepsi only. Good, yeah, the good old biker crank, right? Yeah, that was what it was, Like you knew it was coming from them. Like I even got into cooking it with this guy, and that was not good for my health at all. Not at all. What's up, Uncle Edwin? How you doing? Yeah, see, Sexy Latina is not a Swiftie. Oh, and you know what? Let's touch back on football for a minute, all right? So Monday Night Football, right? Let's see, Christmas is too much, too, bro. Always paranoid or make you think you're flying well. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like it's funny, bro, because I always thought nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like I'm super slick guy over here. Nobody knows, and everybody knew. Everybody knew. But yeah, it just yeah, shit was wild. Like I tried Coke, powder Coke once. I think because I was already heavy into the meth, that maybe I don't know if the Coke wasn't good or if the meth was just better, but the Coke didn't do nothing. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So, and then somebody tried to get me to smoke a rock one time, and I just about shot him. That's random, but no, I was up in Utah.
Love you.
Okay, love you too. Be careful, okay?
Okay, I'll let you know what they doing.
All right. Yeah, I think it was two stepped on unknown. So yeah, I was up in Utah. We used to run stuff out of town from San Bernardino up into North Las Vegas and into it was in Utah, the first town in Utah coming up to 15 North. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but we were in this like state park, and dude had broke the antenna on the car and was smoking crack, and he's like, "Come on, fool, hit it." And I'm like, "I told you I don't fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? Stop asking me." And like he kept trying to be persuasive, and like I jacked the 9 back, and I said stop. I'm not fucking with you. You know what I mean? Geek and Mormons, right? Man, I'm telling you, bro. St. George is where it was at. St. George, Utah. But yeah, like he kept like, "Come on, fool, hit it." And I'm like, I'm telling you, like, it's funny how there's like an alleged hierarchy within the drug community, Oh, I do this, but at least I don't do that, Like, yeah, I smoke meth, but at least I don't slam it, or I slam meth, but at least I don't slam heroin, but at least I'm not a crackhead, right? Like, come on, man, like, it's all the same shit. It's all, either way, you're a dope fiend. If you're an addict, it don't matter how you're addicted. Some ways maybe a little bit harder to quit, but at the end of the day, like, it's all the same shit, All right, looks like somebody needs a timeout. But yeah, it's self-delusional lies. You're absolutely right, Unknown. Like that always tripped me out, and I was just as bad. I was just as much a part of it. And yeah, we like to lie to ourselves, exactly. But at the end of the day, an addict is an addict is an addict, in my humble opinion. You know, I mean, if there's something that you feel you can't live without, you're an addict. And like I remember, like going out of town for stuff that wasn't drug related and planning. Like, okay, I'm gonna need to buy some extra for this trip because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it where I'm at. And it's like a ball and chain. You know what I mean? Like you restrict yourself with the addiction. So we'll check in on the football game here in a minute. But I feel like the conversation is good on this, Stay away from the hard drugs. I completely agree. The weights experience. Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. We're quickly approaching 3,000 subs. One other thing I want to mention. I did a video in regards to Rascal or Josh from the Homie Hangout. There was a YouTube page I would watch from time to time. And I did a video on it. At the time of making the video, people were saying that he unalived himself. Apparently he did not, according to what I'm hearing. He had some health issues. And, it sounds like the health issues ended up getting the better of him. Now, if you go to the Homie Hangout page, I do believe there is a GoFundMe up. If you're able to, go over and check that out. If you can donate a couple of bucks to his family, I think that would be fantastic. I will I'm definitely doing the same thing myself. So, it's unfortunate what happened, but dude did leave behind a family, an old lady and some children. And, they're not going to be able to get him back, but a little bit of financial support would be great. So even if it's $1 or $2, whatever you can do, to help out his family. So, yeah, okay. Big E says it's 14-6 Seahawks. Honestly, I'm surprised it's even that close. I know we got Houston next week, so I'm kind of scouting what Houston looks like. I need a haircut. Oh, do I? I think I'm alright. Appreciate you though. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, that's kind of the update. If you're new here, like I do lives on the weekend, sometimes we bullshitting about football. Sometimes there's more serious topics we get into. The channel is about recovery and from addiction. And I love it when we get into these conversations about that. Because, I wish somebody would have offered me a hand up earlier. Not that I necessarily would have took it. But, maybe somebody out there is struggling with addiction and they're looking for a way out. And that's what I hope that we offer here. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I typically go live on Sunday and Monday. So I will not be, I might be live next Monday, definitely not Sunday. We're going to be out of town this weekend. So little mini vacation and, enjoying life type of stuff. But yeah, if you subscribe and hit that notification bell and hit all whenever we do go live, you will be notified and you can hop on and be a part of the conversation. So I appreciate everybody. And like I said, just subscribe to the channel. We're coming up on 3,000 subs. I think we might get there tonight. We shall see. Occasionally, I'll drop a video, a pre-recorded video, but I don't do those too often anymore. Between work, family, and everything else, like it's just hard to make the time. I mean, I could sit down and record something raw and drop it, but it don't seem like those videos get a whole lot of traction. So people like imagery and stuff like that, and I just don't have time to do it. 6'7". I know what it is, bro. What's up, Steve? How you doing? Yeah, definitely. R.I.P. to Rascal. Definitely. Yeah, and it's all good. Steve's all right. So it's almost time to eat. Yeah, no worries, bro. It looks like Stormy wants to be a part of this. Come on, Storm. There's Stormy. Say hi, Stormy. Buenas noches, Vic. Appreciate you tapping in. Not sure what Domino's pizza stock means, but are you buying or are you stocking? Oh, man. Have a good one, Vic. I appreciate you tapping in with us this week, brother. Yes, what? Yes. There ain't no roach on my wall, bruh. You tripping. That's one thing I don't have. Good try, though. What are you seeing? Huh? There ain't no roach on the wall, bro. Knock it off. What's up, Pablo? Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, what's up? I'm going to call you Squiggly Lines. Squiggly Lines, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Pablo. I've been smoking probably longer than most people in the chat have been alive, so Spence on la tira.
You're an old motherfucker.
Huh?
You're an old motherfucker.
The wifey says I'm an old motherfucker. Damn.
I say with love. Come on.
She said it with love, though. That's all that really matters, you know?
You fucking gregor motherfucker.
Damn. Wifey's going in on me right now. What will I ever do? Oh, no. What's up, Streets Coat? Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 3,000 tonight. I was doing real good. Pushing along, adding subs, doing all that stuff. Bro, there ain't no roach behind me by the picture. I'll even show you closer. What do you see? Huh? Huh? What do you see? All you see is a gray wall. That's what you see. Knock it off. I grew up in a house with roaches, but I don't have roaches no more. We was po back then. Not that we're wealthy or anything now by any means. Don't get it twisted. I'm definitely I worked my ass off to have what we have. My wife does as well. But all right, that's just weird, Kevin. I hope you're doing well, bro. But with a question like that, I'm questioning it. All right. Yeah, he's with the roach in timeout, definitely. Why the name Broken Bobby? Okay, what it is it's Broken Bobby's transformation, right?
Well, yeah, Daddy's
And
calling you, my love.
I was an addict. I was addicted to methamphetamines for 15 years.
Cora and Akil, the babies are mine.
She just came in and gave me a hug a minute
So
ago.
Akil just said peace.
Okay. So I got clean in 2004. I've been clean for 21 years, and it's about the transformation. It's about all right, man. Have a good night, all right? So yeah, it's Broken Bobby's transformation. It's what I like to do on this channel is talk about addiction and recovery, basically. Hey, I appreciate that, Justin Acapella, dude. Appreciate you.
What are those things for you?
Yeah. So that's what it's about. It's about the transformation more than being broken. But I appreciate the question. Yeah, and it's rough, bro. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I lied to the people I love, and basically, hey, I appreciate that, acapella dude. He's been clean 23 years. Nice. Yeah, I just passed 21 in August, bro. And honestly, it was the best decision that I ever made. I mean, I think, honestly, growing up, when I became an addict, the area I was in, like yeah, and I had to do the same, Streets. Like, I cut a lot of my blood family off because, they were still living that lifestyle, and it wasn't, it wasn't good for what I was trying to accomplish, I guess you would say. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you for the gaming, the gamer ghost. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, like, it was a total life change getting to, where I'm at. Like, just transitioning from being that addict to being a productive member of society, if you will. STXY star. Thanks for the gamer ghost. Yeah, thanks, Biggie. I appreciate that. So, yeah, and that's kind of what the channel's about. Like, I don't have the biggest following, and that's okay, Honestly, my goal with this is to get on here and go live every weekend, and somebody new come into the chat and say, hey, I'm struggling. You know what I mean? What should I do? And a lot of times, like, the chat will offer advice, and then from time to time people will hop back in and say, hey, I'm still clean, and it makes it all worthwhile to me. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, it's definitely not easy at all. Yeah, but if he cut people off and he got clean, then that's an amazing success story, and I'm really happy to hear it, bro. And acapella dude says, congratulations to your friend, Streets. Definitely. He just bought his first house. And that's so cool, because when, like, I was in my addiction, like, rent was just a secondary thought, like, I mean, like, I was dealing dope, though, you know what I mean? And yeah, and as you should be proud of him, bro, absolutely, and continue to support him, because, life is happening, right? And it's not always easy, and a lot of people get the misconception that, if I just stop using drugs, or if I just stop drinking, that life's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? And life gets better. I don't want to misspeak here. Life gets much better. But the thing is, life still happens. And now you're dealing with things through a sober lens. Rather than, hi, baby. Hi, baby. Are you watching me? Okay. All right, baby. So, yeah, that's... So, sorry. Okay, baby. Go show Grandma, okay? Hate the world, man. So much hate for no... and I agree, acapella dude. But one thing I will say about that is, from my experience, what you see on social media isn't always real, you know? Like on social media, people are brave as hell on social media, talk shit. Uh, you know what I mean? They say a lot of shit that they would never say to someone's face. You know, and you do see videos of, you know, the protests and stuff and people, but that's mob mentality. Like 99% of the people that you're going to meet and that you're going to have experiences with on a daily basis are cool people, as long as you keep the politics out, you know? In my opinion, you know? Dealing with life on life terms, Bobby. Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing, brother? So, you know, that's one thing. Like social media will fucking drive you crazy, bro. It does me sometimes. Like what I try to do is one day a week when I'm not working, because I use my phone a lot for work. But one day a week when I'm not working, I'll leave my phone on the charger, and I can't see your pick, Mr. McLibtard. Hey, Big E, rate his pick. But I'll do my best to put the phone down and leave it alone. Don't use it. Don't touch it. Don't think about it, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't see your picture. It's too small, bro. My eyes aren't very good. And I'm looking at a phone screen, so... But, yeah, I'm not able to. That's cool, babe. That's cool, babe. No, I can't. So. Yeah, you can just touch it. Okay, yeah, I can't. Not on my phone. Come on. Hey, babe. Hey, can you call her? I keep hearing the feedback. It's very distracting.
Come here, baby girl. Bye-bye. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, baby.
Okay, my love. It's okay.
Here's our future Niner right here. Say bang bang Niner gang. He's so cute. That's Big Chunk right there.
No, come here, my love. No, come here.
Go with Grandma, baby boy.
Come here. I know.
Yeah, some of my grandkids were over right now, so. But you know, I get to enjoy that stuff now, because if I were still in my addiction, I don't want to say I wouldn't care about that stuff, but I would be distracted, you know? So that's a great thing. All right, well, Ezekiel rated your picture. He says he doesn't understand it and it looks dumb. I'm not saying those words, but I tried clicking on it. I can't see your picture, bro. So, but I appreciate you being part of the chat here, you know? So, I think it's now 17-12 Seahawks winning still. Man, how'd they get 4 field goals or what? Is that how they got to 12? I don't know. We're coming up on an hour, though. I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. It's back to work for me tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be live this weekend. Like I said, we're going to be out of town, having a little mini vacation. So maybe, I think next Monday night I will be on. So be on the lookout for that. If you're new here, subscribe. Like I said, we're getting close to 3,000. Shout out to all of you guys for supporting the channel. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much. To those of you that participated tonight, special shout out to you guys. Coco's phone, but the Clarabella spelling for her. Okay, I'm about to wrap it up here, Cora. But yeah, thank you to everybody that participated tonight. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. you keep it going. You know what I mean? Because it's a conversation, right? So, faith, family, fitness, and freedom are the things that help me to get my life together, and they can help you as well. Uh, you know, Shout out to you guys. I really do appreciate you guys, and I appreciate those of you that participate. You really make it worthwhile, and I love hearing your success stories. So keep doing what you do. I'm gonna do my best, Biggie. And if you haven't already, go over to Rascal's page, Homie Hangout. Click on that GoFundMe, and if you're able to donate a couple of bucks, please do so. A family is without their husband, their father, and they need all the support they can get. So what's up, Captain Hook? I'm on the way out, bro. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next Monday night. Don't look at the mountain, just start climbing. Shout out to the moderator, Ezekiel. You are the man, bro. Appreciate all you do for the channel. See you guys next time.